Hello everyone and welcome to D20 in Disguise, your source for expertise on world building, storytelling, and miniature making. Now in today's video we're going to be discussing yet another beginner's topic, more specifically what you need to start playing D&D or some other tabletop role-playing game. If you do end up enjoying today's video, then please be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss a single one of my uploads. But without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Welcome to D20 in Disguise. Now, there's a common misconception about what you need to play D&D. Many people assume that because the game is so complicated and it has so many rule books and you have to roll dice and have to have character sheets and pencils and all that stuff, they assume that, oh, you need like 10 million books and a bunch of dice and everything else to start playing D&D. When in reality, you really barely need to provide anything yourself when you start playing D&D. Many of those things are provided by the game master, the dungeon master of the table. For example, many a veteran D&D player barely has all of the rule books, and instead the game master has all of them and is the mediator of the rules. That's their job. And with dice, usually around a table, dice are kind of in a pool. Anybody can use them, the GM mostly provides them, but you can just use other people's dice. So, with those two things out of the way, what exactly you need to start playing D&D? Well, let me assure you, it is a very short list. Number 1, you're going to need a character and a character sheet. Without a character, you can't play D&D, so first you're going to need a character, and secondly, you're going to need a character sheet, something like this one, which has all of your character's stats, all of your character's abilities, everything you might need to reference while playing D&D. Next, it is very nice to have a pencil. Obviously you can borrow other people's pencils, but it's very nice to just have a pencil to either jot notes down, to make adjustments to your character sheet, or the like. Next, if you're willing to make a bit more of an investment when you start playing D&D, I would highly suggest getting the Player's Handbook or a similar basic rule book for whatever system, whatever tabletop role-playing game you'll be playing. Obviously, it's going to cost you a bit of money, but it's going to be very nice to have on hand around the table. Last but not least, if you're willing to spend a bit more money when you start playing a tabletop role-playing game, you can get some dice. Now, of course, a bag as big as this, you don't really need this many dice when you're starting out. So literally, a single set of dice will work. And usually those go for around 8 to 10 to 12 bucks. They're very cheap. They're very easy to find on Amazon or any other online service. But if you don't want dice, you can obviously borrow dice from around the table from other people. And that's really what I would suggest for first-time players most of the time. And then finally, last but not least, you need an open mind. Especially as a first-time player, you need to be open to making mistakes, you need to be open to asking for advice, and you need to be open for learning new things about the game. And that's it for today's video. I know this video is probably going to be, like maybe 2 minutes long at most? But seriously, I really want to break that misconception that to start playing D&D, you need a bunch of things, because you really don't. You really don't. For most role-playing games, all you really need is a character and the corresponding character sheet. Literally everything else you can borrow from other people around the table, or just ask the GM to lend you some. Like seriously, that's all you need to start playing a tabletop role-playing game. And that just about wraps it up for today's video. Once again, I know this video is very short. I've been working very hard at the finale for the first season of the Miniature Menagerie, which will be coming out very soon. Trust me, it's going to be great. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be a bunch of fun to make. It's going to be a bunch of fun to edit. And I hope you all enjoy it as much as I do when it comes out. If you have any suggestions for any videos which I should make, be sure to put them down in the comments. I'm always sure to read all of the comments, and I really appreciate all of the feedback which you all give me down there. Anyway, you all have a great day. Keep on creating, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.